All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back again with another new music video that we wanted to get a response to. This one is Jinjer, and it says "Home Back." It came out on the 17th of December. If you're watching
Home
this
back you
later,
are.
um, but yeah, Frankie and I, we both love this band. And let's just see how it goes, right?
Oh, let's see my wife Tatiana. Let's go.
But yeah, three, two, one, go. It's already
Okay,
good.
so we're just gonna jump right into it, aren't we?
Yep. Oh my god.
Her voice is insane.
Yeah. God, this is so sick already. Oh my god, dude.
God, that fucking chorus is so good.
Dude, her range is insane. I'll never
It's
get over
it's
it. I will never get over
her
it.
range is has no business being as insane as it is.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. All right, I'm gonna pause
Okay,
it. Yeah,
pause it. Yeah,
pause
yeah,
it.
pause it.
Okay.
No, we gotta stop before we get
I
into this.
have.
So
You go first.
so this is just like a testament to how good everyone in this band is. Because for one, I feel like to start messing with like wacky time signatures and stuff like that, like your foundation as a band has to be really strong to even try to like jump into that. And their like time signatures changed like what, like three or four times throughout that song.
Yeah.
It felt like the song was transitioning, and it was seamless too. Like you notice it, but it never once throws off the song or makes it feel like disjointed, or like it's trying to do something different to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always like a clean transition, and it just like it keeps you engaged, because as soon as you start kind of feeling a rhythm, they change it, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, this is really good, and you start feeling it, and then they change it up again. And then with Tatiana in all of her glory, like I remember watching her in an interview, and she was talking, they were asking her like, hey, do you have to do anything to like manage your voice, or like make sure that your voice like stays like pristine and healthy? And she was like, thankfully, like I've never really had to worry about that, which is insane, because her vocal range is absolutely disgusting. Like I remember watching reactions to Pisces,
Yeah.
and when she hit the scream in the chorus, people were like, is this her, or is
Mm-hmm.
someone else doing this? Like, is this recorded?
Yeah.
Because that's how like polar opposites her range are. Like she sings like an angel sent from heaven, and then she like screams, and you're just like,
Yes. So like I so like there's a few things that I want to touch on with this, okay? And it's that I showed my mom one of their videos and she was like there's no fucking way that's her. And I was like, I don't think you
Sure is.
understand because like and then like I showed her like the live show that they did that's like a
Hmm.
music video and I was like, you can hear that this is live, right? And I was like, she's like, yeah, but like it's a little edited and everything. I was like, that doesn't mean anything. And then like I showed her the Pisces video and she's like, this is pre-recorded. And I was like, all right, fine. And then like Napalm Records put out a whole video of their concert and I showed her it
Hmm.
and she's like, oh, I don't know how this is possible.
Yeah.
And I was
Well,
like,
because it's
and I was just like, dude, you just have to believe it. I was like, the the amount of talent that she has is insane.
yeah, and
And
it's and
like,
the thing is like she clearly has worked very hard to like hone it because obviously their vocalists are just like gifted, like they're naturally good vocalists.
mhm,
Like either they were born in a family of musicians or they just like had a really good voice out the jump. Like perfect example is like Randy Bly from Lamb of God used to be a punk singer, and he was at a bar with some friends, and he just got upstairs and did what he called the Cookie Monster voice, which is his scream and like growl, and everyone liked it, and he just started doing it from there. Like
yeah,
it's just something he was able to naturally do, and some people have to work months or years to be able to do that. Like with her, I'm sure she has like practiced and worked to increase her range and like what she can do and like how to color her voice in different ways, but she is so insanely talented and skilled
yeah,
that like because it's just like with people's anatomy, like men have harder times reaching like really high notes because of like voice limits, just naturally. Women sometimes have a harder time hitting lower notes for the exact same reason, but then you have people like her that just says fuck the rules, I'll do whatever I want,
yeah,
and you get this and then you don't know what happened and then your brain explodes, but that's fine.
yeah. So
Which
another thing that I wanted to touch on is like we're talking about how talented she is, but like everybody else in the band as well is like
Yeah, dude,
ridiculous
especially the
because like
drummer. The drummer
be,
is like,
yeah, because like my main thing is like they're very genty in the way they play,
yes.
but like they don't
Do you
sound
even
like
shit, bro?
they don't sound like every other gent band out there that uses
No,
it.
they have a very unique. Like, I feel like Ginger is definitely one of those bands
Yeah,
that a lot of the times I feel like with bands you can tell who they are from the vocalist. Like you hear Slipknot start playing, and then you hear Corey Taylor, and you're like, oh, that's Slipknot.
yeah,
Or like you hear like a Panic at the Disco song, and then as soon as Brendan Urie sings, you're like, oh, that's Panic at the Disco, stuff like that, like Paramore, 3 Days Grace, stuff like that. But with this band, I feel like they just start playing, and then within a few seconds, just from their sound, you're like, oh, this is Ginger.
yeah,
Like she doesn't even have to chime in. Like if you weren't sure, you would be like 80% sure, like I think this is Ginger, and then she comes in, you're like, oh yeah, that's
yeah.
Ginger.
So
But
another thing that I wanted to touch on is there are metal bands where like they can't it's like they can't decide on how to scream and then sing and like put it together. And like
yeah,
I feel like they know what they're doing, Spirit Box knows what they're doing, but like in this instance in this video right here, it reminds me a lot of like Rage Against the Machine where like he like
hmm,
kind of like raps and then he starts like yelling like his vocals and stuff like that and it's just
yeah,
like perfectly done and I feel like they're doing that with this. Like
yeah.
she's screaming and she's singing like when it needs to be done. And
Yeah,
then
and I know you don't like this band, but I love them. I don't care what anyone says. I love Breaking Benjamin, and like I remember a lot of people would touch on like specifically with like Diary of Jane. Like obviously he'll scream sometimes there, but he mostly did it with specific words or like in short sections because just to really emphasize a certain part. And I feel like with Ginger is they go with a similar, they don't do the exact same thing, but they follow the same principle. Like she knows where she wants the screen to either get the sound or emphasize a certain part, or like you know, obviously like it drops out in this section and gets really heavy, so she puts her voice to match that. Like her synergy with the rest of the band
Yeah.
is so good, which I feel some bands really struggle with. Like either the vocalist is too far out in front or too far back. Like they know how to fit every piece of the machine together to just work perfectly. Like they're so disrespectfully good. Like it is just disrespectful how good they are
Yeah.
compared to everyone else.
All right.
Dude, I love Jinjer. They're so good.
I do too, but we've been talking for 8 minutes now, and they're probably upset with us teasing them on this video right now. So let's try and get through the rest of this video, and then we will talk about it at the end. Okay? What's your time stamp at?
2:21.
Okay, cool. 3, 2, 1, go.
I knew this was coming.
Just a little bit of jazz for you.
You know, this almost feels like a Alice in Wonderland type deal. I would say dark Alice in Wonderland, but Alice in Wonderland is fucked up anyways.
Oh my god. Like they weren't just playing jazz like 2 seconds ago. Oh my god, dude. I have goosebumps right now. I'm not even kidding. Oh my god, dude. Oh my fucking god! What? Oh, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god.
She could fuck my life up so easy.
Do you know what I have to say about this song? Do you know what I have to say?
Okay, it's over.
Let me just do this. This is what I have to say about the song. Let me take my headset off and let me just walk away because there's nothing else to say other than this song's fucking amazing. Like just like walk away. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me?
So not only do they have the audacity to constantly change their time signatures, and for her to like just switch between like screaming and cleans like effortlessly, but then they go into this whole like non-distortion, like clean, like jazzy feeling section, which right when we paused, it started it, so you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But like they just fit it in there so seamlessly. Like
So this is what I have to touch on, right? And like I was gonna touch on it.
Stop touching all this stuff. You gotta use some hand sanitizer.
Right before we were getting into the video, I was gonna say this reminds me when you're talking about the different timestamps and everything. There was a subgenre of deathcore where they would put jazz like in the deathcore, like with the way they were playing. And some people may know about it, some people might not, but whatever. And I was like, this is what this reminds me of because they're changing their timestamps, this, that, and the other. And then like you could hear the jazz starting to come in, and then it just like they just like Oh my god, dude. Like,
Like,
I don't get how, because you would put it in the deathcore and like it'd be like this is sick, but like this is like fucking like
this is
there's nothing wrong with what
the
they did.
this is a perfect example of a band that is just extremely just incredible. Like, you have all of the other bands that are like really good or like good, that like make really good music and kind of like sit in their sound, and then you have a band like Jinjer that is just incredibly like innovative and creative. Like, this is a perfect example of a band that just oozes creativity, because they absolutely just seamlessly, like, they're not afraid to try like really risky things and sound, because they're confident, because it's just like I said, in order to start doing stuff like this, your foundation as a band has to be like top notch. It has to be like perfected, and every single one of them are extremely amazing.
Yeah.
And then they come through and they don't make just like normal like run of the mill like deathcore or like death metal tracks and stuff like that. Obviously it sounds like that. It has that sound at its core, and then they just add in all of these other things to change their sound and add something that you're not going to get from any other band. And I feel like that is what makes some of the biggest bands that you've seen like in history stand out, are the ones that
Yeah.
really like push the boundaries of their music
Right.
and aren't afraid to go and like dabble in sounds outside of their genre in order to like elevate their music. And it's a risky move, because if it doesn't work, it sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
But with them, like, what? Why do they care?
Yeah.
Why do they give a shit?
Yeah.
Like, it's it's literally all like, it's just it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be the theme of this video, is just glasses toss.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Dude, this song is so fucking good.
It is.
There is nothing wrong with this song.
Like, how angry, how upset I was at A Letter to Ashley being how good it was, for like being kind of like almost supposed to be like a meme or a joke video. I'm mad at this song for being so over the top amazing, where it's supposed to be a good song, but it's, what the fuck, man? I wasn't ready for this. I did not wake up and prepare for this.
I didn't either. Alright. Let's just end it there. Yeah, until next time. I hope we can bring you something this good. but see you guys later.